My name is Brian Marsden. I have made this video reluctantly. I wish I didn't have to make it at all. Both of my parents are dead. I am grieving mum and dad, and the last thing I wanted after losing them was to find myself having to publicly defend the relationship I had with my own mother. But a version of events has been repeated within my family, which portrays me as abusive towards mum, mentally unwell, and as somebody from whom mum needed protecting. I do not recognize that version of events. More importantly, I do not believe the evidence supports it. For months, I have wanted somebody simply to tell me, what exactly is it that I am supposed to have done? I have still not received a clear answer supported by evidence. Instead, allegations and rumors appear to have been repeated from person to person until they have effectively become accepted within parts of my family as fact. That has had an enormous impact on my life. So this is my opportunity to put my account on record. I am not saying that I handled every situation perfectly. I was frightened. I was grieving. I was worried about my mother. There were times when I was distressed and times when I disagreed strongly with members of my family. But being distressed is not abuse. Disagreeing with somebody is not abuse. And somebody repeatedly saying something about me does not make it true. Throughout this video, I will show the evidence that remains. There are messages, telephone records, ring camera recordings, emails, photographs, audio, court documents, and there are people outside the immediate dispute who witnessed some of these events. Where something is my opinion, I will say so. Where somebody else has made an allegation, I will identify it as an allegation. And where there is contemporaneous evidence, I will show it. I want people to make their own minds up. Before talking about mum's final weeks, something important needs to be understood. My relationship with my family did not begin in April or May 2026. For years, I have helped mum, dad, and my grandmother. I have tried to be a point of stability within my family. That has involved practical help, emotional support, and simply being there when things needed doing. I was with my father when he died in August 2025. That is something I will carry with me for the rest of my life. After dad died, mum remained enormously important to me. I worried about her health. I worried about how she was coping, and I tried to help. Even now, after everything that has happened, and despite how isolated I have become from parts of my family, I have continued doing practical things for the family. In August 2026, for example, I went back and cleaned the exterior of the family property. I don't mention that because I expect praise for cleaning a house. I mention it because the portrayal of me that has emerged since mum died bears so little resemblance to the role I believe I actually played within my family over many years. The week before mum was admitted to hospital is particularly important. I was helping to provide care for mum alongside Julie. I saw that mum was becoming increasingly unwell. I was the person who called the GP out. I was also trying to encourage mum to go into hospital, but mum did not want to go. Through talking to her, I came to understand something very important. My understanding was that mum wasn't simply being difficult or refusing help. She was frightened. She was frightened that if she went into hospital, they might tell her there was nothing more they could do for her. That fear needs to be remembered when judging what happened next. I was not trying to force something upon my mother. I was trying to persuade a frightened and increasingly unwell woman whom I loved to accept medical help. On the morning mum ultimately went into hospital, I saw her condition for myself. What I encountered is not consistent with the impression that has subsequently been given to me by Julie and Claire about mum's condition. Mum was in a very poor state. She was attempting to go to the toilet and was defecating as she went. Seeing my mother like that was deeply upsetting. I believe she needed urgent medical attention. I called the ambulance. That is an important fact in this story. The person who is subsequently portrayed as a problem in relation to mum was the person who saw how seriously ill she was and called for emergency medical assistance. At 2:36 that afternoon, there is a message. Mum's in resus. Later, at 9:04 that evening, taking mum to asuult. These aren't events I have reconstructed months afterwards. There is a contemporaneous record. After mum was taken to hospital, Julie repeatedly telephoned me. My records show approximately 22 calls from Julie before I got to the hospital. Those telephone records can be displayed here. I want people watching this to see the actual records and their timestamps, because this is precisely why I'm making this video. I don't want people simply to take my word for things that can be independently demonstrated. During this already extremely stressful situation, I traveled back to get changed. I was traveling in a taxi when the taxi was involved in an accident. So within this incredibly compressed period, my mother was seriously ill in hospital, I was receiving repeated telephone calls, and I was then involved in a road traffic collision. I was trying to cope with all of this at once. That context matters when considering my emotional state. It was around Mum's hospitalization that the conflict with Julie became much more pronounced. I remember being told words to the effect of, "We have decided Mum wants to stay at home." That statement troubled me enormously. Who was we? Mum was the person whose wishes mattered. I felt that Julie was taking an increasingly bullish and controlling approach towards me, telling me what I should do rather than supporting me while our mother was seriously ill. That is my experience of those interactions. I found her approach insensitive and unsupportive, and by this point, I had already begun to wonder whether things were being said about me to other members of the family. Julie would say things to me such as, "Simon and Charlotte are worried about you." I would ask, why? What had I done? What exactly were people worried about? Over time, I became increasingly concerned that a narrative was being circulated that I was mentally unwell. I want to be careful about how I describe this. I cannot independently establish every private conversation Julie had with every member of my family, but I can show what was subsequently being said about me. And I can show that this idea appears repeatedly. On the day Mum died, for example, ring footage records Paul talking about me having a mental problem. I subsequently challenged the people involved by email and asked where that information had come from. I did not receive an explanation identifying the basis for that assertion. So there is a very simple question. Who was telling people this? And on what evidence? My concerns about gossip within the family did not suddenly begin after Mum died. There had been an earlier incident involving Paul. There had been difficulties between Paul and me. From conversations with Mum, I became concerned that information about that situation was being fed back to her in a way that increased her anxiety. One incident particularly stayed with me. In the days before Dad's funeral, Paul came to the house. When it became apparent that Paul and I were actually there together, I remember Julie appearing to go into what I can only describe as a blind panic. At the time, I found that reaction strange. Looking back, it became one of the first occasions that made me wonder whether conflict between other people and me was being encouraged or amplified behind the scenes. That is my interpretation. I cannot present it as proof of conversations I did not hear, but it forms part of why subsequent events concerned me.
You are not coming in. You are not coming in. You are not coming in.
No.
You are not coming in.
Simon, please get in. Simon, please, I'm begging you. Simon.
Call him. I'll wait for him. Go back.
No, please.
Go back.
Go.
You are not going in now.
I'm ringing police if you don't go now.
I will talk to you out here. I will talk to you out here. I will not talk to you in the house. Right.
No, please.
I got called because my grandma went downhill after your performance just now.
I am not talking to you.
You are talking to me.
I want to see.
No, you're not doing it now.
Call
No.
the police. You are not coming back in the house.
You're not.
Try it. Yeah?
Go on.
I'll wait here.
No, you're not going in. Go. You are not seeing my mum. Come on, Simon, just get in.
I'm going nowhere until I leave.
Well, I'm recording it. Recorded you assaulted me.
He didn't.
You are not coming in. You are not coming in.
No.
You are not coming in.
Simon, please get in. Simon, please, I'm begging you. Simon.
Call him. I'll wait for him. Go back.
No, please.
Go back.
Go.
You are not going in now.
I'm ringing police if you don't go now.
I will talk to you out here. I will talk to you out here. I will not talk to you in the house.
Right.
No, please.
I got called because my grandma went downhill after your performance just now.
I am not talking to you.
You are talking to me.
I want to see.
No, you're not doing it now.
Call
No.
the police. You are
No.
not coming back in the house.
You're not.
Try it. Yeah?
Go on.
I'll wait here.
No, you're not going in. Go. You are not seeing my mum. Come on, Simon, just get in.
I'm going nowhere until I leave.
Well, I'm recording it. Recorded you assaulted me.
He didn't. I'm taking it home. You shouldn't have it there.
Pete was made up that he had that beer one. 'Cause your mum bought them
Yeah.
two to match.
Yes.
I wish this was full of beer.
Oh. All right, Claire. I'll let you know what.
Please do,
Yeah.
I'll message Simon, but I will. I'll do that straight away.
Right. Thank you. All right. All right. Have a good day. Bye. Bye.
Don't hesitate to call me.
I won't do. All right. See you later. Bye.
Into
It's actually nice, like it makes all flowers smell nice.
Yeah.
When it
I need to play in
Morning,
Hello,
it's
hi.
Lisa and Mags from St Luke's. Are you expecting us?
I'm not sure.
Come to see Anne?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was, have you got a brother?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we've spoken to.
Yeah, he's ever so upset. You're not expecting us to go into the hospital.
Oh gosh, no, we're community.
He's got the wrong end.
Oh,
So
right,
he's
hello.
really upset.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He's rung Julie up to say he's not getting the right care and he's going into a hospital.
Oh, we've
He
just come to see you.
It's alright. He's
I
believe you say that.
I can. Mum, it was going to happen.
He said to me.
Mum, don't.
No, he is.
Mum, don't. Honestly, it was going to happen. It's not a surprise to me.
He's got mental health problems,
Oh,
Jerry.
yeah, I know
yeah,
he has, but I don't care. He doesn't take it out on my son.
Mum, stop. Stop. But,
Please.
Yeah.
I will.
Stop. Look, it were inevitable. I'm not going to pretend I'm shocked. But it's. I've just said to the police officer, I needed to report. I've not reported it because I wanted anything to happen to him. I've reported it to protect myself.
Yeah.
Because I went. He's manipulative, and he's a social worker, so he knows what to say, and he knows what to threaten, and that's exactly what he's been doing. Because we've got text messages to prove that there's been people present when he's done it. I went, yeah, he's probably breathing. I went, but like that, it's not helping anyone how he's acting. I've not reported it because I wanted to get arrested or in trouble. I've not, absolutely not.
Don't worry about it.
All I've done it for is to protect myself because he's a manipulative piece of
Yeah.
shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Always been like that. He definitely hasn't. But
I'm sorry.
don't apologise to me. I wanted to make sure that I was saying the right thing.
Yes,
for him
definitely.
coming down because he does need to.
Yeah.
And I don't need to be in the house when he does it. Because I will agitate things just by being present, especially Charlotte, because we've got an absolute beef with her.
Yeah.
So I'm more than happy to. I'm not going to leave until we take her.
Yeah.
I can't.
No.
Leave until we take her. But I'm more than happy to sit outside.
Yeah.
While we see her, as long as you're all right.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Are you all right to wait out here with him for a little bit? Because I need to sit down.
Go on then.
Are you sure?
Why
I just don't want you out here on your own.
Oh, no, leave me on my own, honestly. I'm having a smoke. Yeah, honestly, don't worry about me in that respect. I'm worried about you too.
You sure?
Yeah, positive. Yeah, thank you.
All right.
told me. Pardon? Oh, thank you, Mark. Oh, that's made my day. Thank you.
Right.
It's a really good look.
Yeah.
I'll be thinking of you.
Thank you.
I'll be sending the 2 5s, my darling.
I promise I won't get arrested. Oh, it's going to be on it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah, we took him off ages ago.
Good idea.
yeah. All right then. Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye,
And
love.
yeah, I'll let you know how we get on.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, okay. Alright. Bye. Hello. Just come to your grandma's.
Yeah.
With Paul, was there, and Mark, right? Just don't put a tea bag in me. And do you know what we're eating?
What?
The calendar you gave me once.
Off the fridge?
Yeah. The other one's up still. I took it out at bin.
I'm not going to tell John that was there.
Yeah. Alright. So he's just an evil twat.
I knew it was coming though, because the only said paper were waiting for funeral car.
Yeah.
And there were pictures of all 4 of us, but obviously this one.
Yeah.
I thought, even like that, I automatically, if you think chucking pictures down already, chucking them behind settee and what have you, not even a cookie like that.
Wendy took a straight photo.
Yeah.
You know that photo I sent to the sector?
Yeah.
Is that campus? He chucked it behind settee. In the living room. Because we're always next to the fireplace.
Yeah, yeah,
But we always walk.
yeah.
And it was while my grandma come up. And then, yeah, while we were thinking, we were waiting for the football car, I found a guy that they.
Even faster.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm taking it home with me, love.
Alright.
I'll not say anything to Charlotte.
I might tell myself, but I don't know yet.
Yeah, we'll wait till you're at home to decide that one.
Yeah. Because, especially it's been absolutely lost in it, so it's very emotional day.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah. What a laugh.
Yeah.
What a laugh.
Is this your last day?
No, tomorrow is.
Today? Oh, you've got, yeah, you've got Father's Day off then.
Yeah, yeah. I'm taking Jens now on Sunday.
Are you?
Yeah, Charlotte bought me a ticket to a classic car show around the corner now where we live.
Yeah, oh.
So I'm taking her out. We think of Ori that he's acting like he's acting because we're getting all the attention.
Yeah.
Because all of obviously shouting out.
Yeah.
Because no one's kicking off all the time. If he needs more attention, he's kicking off because he's probably feeling pushed out about what he needs.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So we're trying to carve some time out where he's kicking in and or Justin and Charlotte.
Yeah.
To see if that helps his behaviour. Oh, yeah. Tough gig a minute. Very tough gig a minute.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you off to today?
Only no London, not far.
No.
The short one for me, that.
A short one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been Wales, and I've been based so far this week, so
Yeah.
3 hours down the road is a short journey for me. Isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, is it his stroke? No. Hey! Yeah.
Oh, dear me. Dear me.
Right, well I'll let you go then. But I am taking that home with me.
Alright. Yeah, it's not surprising in the slightest if I might come.
Yeah. He's got new friends.
What?
Ryan.
Where's he all that from?
He's Auntie Jean and her daughter, Sandra.
Alright.
Yeah, because my grandma said that he's been going there. And he don't like, he did go and see your grandma. She weren't very enthralled. And when she spoke to Auntie Jean, she went, oh, I'm so glad he's been and that was made up. She went, well, I won't put it that far. So, but he tried to talk to my Uncle Ian. But when he went to my grandma, he just put his hand out and went, no, I'm having nothing to do with it, and walked out. Yeah. Mm. No, neither have I. So what I wanted to remove that molestation order, and then on another, you didn't. Yeah.
If he took his pictures of his kids out, right, or attempted to, and then if the text message you were like, oh, I'll see you on the old email, did you see that? Right, I've had nothing.
Nothing, no.
I don't think he ever actually said, I think he was just a little point to try and get,
Yeah, yeah. Because if you'd have replied, you could have ended up in prison.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Contacted, that's what I think it is, but, I mean, he would have told me he was going to give me a million, but I want to reply to him.
No.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't think you would see it.
No.
I think it was more to do with, I think it was more to do with trying to get me in Scotland.
Yeah.
Or it was not people. You see, you were saying that, you kind of get to see it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's trying to put other people in middle of it. It's last minute.
Yeah.
And not that Charlotte's mum would be very wanting to mediate with that sort of flat. No, I know.
Well, yeah, I think I don't think he realised that he messed up and that he weren't going to get the result he wanted.
No.
But he was just trying to save face. So I think I was at the point in trying to get him to save face and stop you sending him to court.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think he ever had any intention of trying to remove it, but
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm gonna get somebody who's just an eagle. I'm gonna empty it rubbish, put things like this, like,
Apple. Yeah.
I'll probably let it.
Bottom bit. Don't know what that is.
That's a easy empty.
So greatly. There is something else that matters enormously. In the days immediately before Mum died, Mum was communicating with me. The evidence shows that. There was not some complete breakdown in which Mum had ceased communicating with me. There are records of our contact. There is Facebook contact through to 2nd of May. There are telephone records. And there were conversations. Hospital staff dealing with Mum did not, to my knowledge, tell me that they regarded me as abusive towards her, or that Mum needed protecting from me. That sits very uneasily with the story that subsequently developed within my family. On one of the evenings after I returned from the hospital, a friend was with me. That matters because this particular conversation with Mum was not something that happened with nobody else around. My friend heard my side of the telephone call. It was a supportive, polite conversation. My recollection is that Mum sounded really happy during that interaction. This is important to me because people can now make claims about what my relationship with Mum was like during those final days. But there were people outside the immediate family dispute who actually witnessed aspects of it. On 29th of April, Mum attempted to telephone me. There is a telephone record of that attempted contact. Again, I am not asking anyone to infer more from a telephone record than it establishes. But it does establish attempted contact. This was only days before Mum died. If I'm going to be portrayed as somebody from whom Mum needed protecting, then evidence showing Mum herself attempting to contact me deserves to form part of the record. When Mum returned home, my understanding is that she was very distressed. This is not based solely upon my interpretation. My understanding is that nursing staff present at the time can corroborate that Mum was distressed. This was an incredibly vulnerable woman, coming home at the end of her life. Everybody involved was under enormous emotional pressure. But that makes it even more important that what happened afterwards is considered carefully, rather than rewritten through the lens of the family dispute that followed. On the night before Mum died, I went to my parents' home because I wanted to see my mother. Instead of feeling supported at what was one of the worst moments of my life, I experienced hostility. I felt ridiculed by Julie and Claire. The atmosphere was awful. And then came the confrontation involving Simon. This is one of the parts of the story where we do not have to rely simply on people's memories. There is ring camera footage. I want that footage shown first at normal speed. I want the original timestamp visible. Then I want the crucial seconds replayed in slow motion. At approximately 22:29:33 to 22:29:34 on 3rd May 2026, the footage appears to show Simon's right hand moving towards and making contact with my left upper chest. That is the area where my implanted cardiac device is situated. My body can be seen reacting. A struggle follows. I subsequently documented bruising to my chest. I reported that I had been assaulted. I am not going to tell viewers what they must see. Watch the footage. Watch it at normal speed. Then watch it slowly. Look at the photographs afterwards and make your own judgment. There is another issue which needs to be recorded carefully. When I subsequently obtained the ring material, I found that some footage from the period after I left was not available. I therefore have concerns that footage may have been deleted before I obtained access to the recordings. I cannot state who deleted material, or definitively establish from its absence alone why particular recordings were unavailable. That is precisely why I am describing it as a concern, rather than presenting speculation as fact. But the absence of footage from an important period is relevant and should be recorded. The following morning, Mum was dying. Ring footage from around 8 o'clock records discussion indicating that family should be contacted because Mum had very little time remaining. I was not contacted at that point. Later that day, while I was in an ambulance, I learnt that Mum had died. My mother died on 4th May 2026. Dad had died only the previous August. In approximately 9 months, I had lost both of my parents. And instead of being able to grieve with my family, I found myself increasingly isolated from them. Some of the ring footage from after Mum's death is extremely difficult for me to watch. It records Mark, Julie, and Claire talking at the property. In portions of that material, I perceive laughter and joking while they discuss what had happened, including my removal from the situation. Viewers should hear the relevant recording themselves, rather than relying on my characterization of its tone. More significantly, there is discussion concerning accounts to the police. There is conversation about evidence or statements, and Claire can be heard referring to speaking to Simon. I have concerns about what this means in relation to the independence of subsequent accounts. But again, I do not need to invent an answer. The recording exists. Play the relevant conversation with enough material before and afterwards to preserve its context. Let people hear exactly what was said. I also want to say something which may surprise people watching this. This video is not an attempt to accuse every member of my family of behaving in the same way. Quite the opposite. When I review the footage, Charlotte is the person in it whom I see displaying compassion and understanding towards me. I want that acknowledged. Whatever has happened since, and whatever Charlotte may now believe, I don't want to rewrite her behavior simply because I am hurt. I also believe Julie has used this situation in a way that has contributed to driving a wedge between Charlotte and me. That is painful because I cared about that relationship. But my criticism of Julie should not be transformed into criticism of Charlotte, where the evidence shows something different. If I am asking everybody else to be fair about me, then I have an obligation to be fair about them too. The same principle applies to Simon and Mark in a different way. I have known those boys throughout their lives. I understand that people listen to and support their mother. Families do that. But I am deeply disappointed that, from my perspective, the allegations about me have not been properly questioned. What exactly did Brian do? Where is the evidence? What did Anne herself actually say? What was witnessed directly? And what was something somebody else said had happened? Those questions matter, because once somebody is labeled abusive or mentally unstable, everything they subsequently do risks being interpreted through that label. I need to be clear about where I believe the central responsibility for the breakdown lies. In my view, the central figure in the creation and repetition of this narrative has been Julie. That is my conclusion from my interactions with her, what I was told before Mum died, what other people subsequently said about me, and the evidence I have since reviewed. I believe gossip and repeated allegations contributed to isolating me from my family. I believe my emotional state was discussed and characterized in ways that were inaccurate. I believe information was repeated until people stopped asking where it had originally come from. I experienced that pattern as controlling and coercive. I use those words to describe my experience of the behavior. I am not claiming that a court has made a legal finding of coercive or controlling behavior by Julie. That distinction matters, because the entire point of this video is that allegation and fact must not be confused. And this brings me back to perhaps the simplest part of this entire story. What did I actually do? What is the specific allegation? When did it happen? Who witnessed? What did Mum herself say? Where is the evidence? Despite everything that has happened, I have never been provided with a coherent evidential answer to those questions. Instead, I have heard repeated assertions. That isn't enough when the consequence has been the destruction of relationships across my family and the portrayal of my relationship with my dead mother as abusive. On 17th August 2026, South Yorkshire Police informed me that because my sister has agreed that she will not speak to me again, they intend to leave the matter there. As I understand the position, there has been no acceptance of wrongdoing by her, nor does that outcome determine the truth of all the historical allegations within my family. It leaves me in a very difficult position. The immediate matter may be ending, but the allegation remains. My family can continue believing something about me that I believe is fundamentally untrue. That is why, having taken advice I have decided that I need to correct the record. I am doing this reluctantly. Silence would be easier. But silence has consequences when only one version of a story is being repeated. Over time, repetition can start to look like corroboration, when everybody is actually repeating information that originated from the same place. I have watched the effect of this upon my relationships and upon my life. I have become increasingly isolated from people I have known and loved for years. I cannot force any of them to have a relationship with me. I don't want to.